Isn't that
That's how it works with politics. And then next time, whoever wins, they get the normal cabinet, and the shadow cabinet gets to change hands.
And the Lib Dems just have a Billy bookcase from IKEA.
They have one of them ones on wheels that they roll.
Yeah.
With a couple of comic books on it and some battered books that spines are broken. That's the Lib Dems.
A Spider-Man comic and the pages stuck together.
The Green Party are just high in a field next door.
They're in the shadow
of a tree. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to stick some fucking nonsense in your face holes. Yes, everybody, welcome
Praise
to
the Lord
Podcast. It's Yorkshire's #1 podcast, not alternative news, nothing. It's just Yorkshire's #1.
Yorkshire.
Straight up Yorkshires.
If there's any other Yorkshire podcasts out there that want to dispute that or bring it to us, come on,
Then we'll have a
fight
fight.
you.
Let's go.
We'll fight you through.
We'll meet you in the car
audio.
park.
No, can we have an audio fight?
I'll bring a
Car
spade.
park fight. Back at Swan in Leeds, mate. We'll go. Come on, let's do it.
I don't want an actual fight. I want an audio
I'm
fight.
You can
an audio
commentate.
fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Ka-chow.
So, yeah, exactly. Ka-chow.
Did you like
Just,
ka-chow?
just soundboarding at each other.
Oh, God,
How
no
does
one's
an
gonna
audio?
soundboard with me.
How does an audio fight go?
Well, like you say, a soundboard with fighting noises and fighting talk, maybe to start it off with. So a bit of trash talk. Trash talk!
Trash talk.
God, that's been a while.
Exactly. Anyway, welcome to the podcast. I'm
Hello.
Sam. I'm joined by Mr. Adam Chase.
Hello, I'm here. I am. Hello.
He's
Hi.
there. He's there.
And
Guess who's
there's
here, though?
Benson.
Hey, it's me.
That's where he
It's
is.
me. It's all about me. Yay.
Yeah.
He's there.
All about
You're on a
him.
computer this week, Benson. Normally you're on a phone, but this week we can see
I thought you were going to say I'm
properly.
usually on a rock or something.
Usually on a snail or a pigeon.
Yeah, I've moved into the 20th century and you've started using a PC now.
Only caught up in the 20th.
Yeah.
Capturing
Not
this
quite
entire
as
thing on
diverse,
floppy
yeah.
disk.
Oh, I miss floppy disks. There was something very satisfying about them.
What was
Remember that?
satisfying
Really?
about a
What
floppy
did you
disk?
think was
There was-
satisfying?
There was a little metal thing that you could slide
there
back
was,
and then
the
let
little
go. See?
Oh.
You see it? Exactly.
The ejector.
It went
The ejector spring.
The ejector spring?
It was
You're too young,
you could slide it
Benson.
up and flick.
I used floppy disk.
Save,
I had to buy a
so it
floppy
would
disk.
save.
For year 7, all your homework had to be saved on floppy disk. They were still in existence when I was a kid. In
Floppy
second year, year
disk.
8, you had to move on to memory stick.
Oh, USB stick.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we didn't have USB when I was at school.
I was
When I was
obviously.
at school.
We did
When
when
you
I
was
was
at
at
school,
college.
They didn't even have
College, we
IT
did.
at your school, Sam.
We
Yeah.
did, and it was called Clate. Thank you very much.
It was called what, sorry?
Clate.
What was called
The
Clay?
computer system.
Yeah, no, the computer literacy and information technology.
Oh,
ICT.
computer
That's
literacy
what
and
it.
information. So they actually put the "and" in there as well.
Yeah.
Well,
You
Because
don't normally
they
get
didn't
the
want
and
it to
in
be
the
clit,
acronym.
did they?
Damn. Yeah.
You're gonna learn
you never
clit
thought
today.
that, did you, Sam? They sat there and went, we'll call it computer literacy and information technology. CLIT. Oh, we can't do that. We have to call it this.
But how much better would society be if you were taught in year
None
9
of
about
the boy
clit
students could
instead?
find the way to the classroom. Sorry, Benson, I cut you off for that absolute zinger.
It was worth it. It's not even worth going back to mine. Mine was a Captain Birdseye frozen chicken fillet, and yours was a full Zinger Tower meal from KFC. So I'm happy to not talk about mine.
Don't
Oh, he
mention
wants a
delicious
Zinger Tower meal.
foods.
Look
I
at him.
know,
Delicious
I'm
food. When was-
dying again.
When was the last time KFC was delicious? Because I haven't had a decent
Yesterday.
one
I
in a long
didn't have it
time.
yesterday.
That's an
It's still
excellent
delicious.
point. KFC is nothing to what it was when I was younger. But I
That's
don't know whether
true.
I don't know whether that's just nostalgia coming in and telling me.
No,
it was
you're
so
right.
much better
Or
back
20
in the
years
day.
of
They used
smoking.
they didn't used to care as much about the profit and more about the food. Whereas now they got the shit fries. They should never have
That's
changed.
it.
You
They
know
were
what?
real
This whole episode's now going to be a
food-orientated
rant.
back then.
The chicken's always soggy now. You never get crispy chicken. It's proper soggy.
That's true.
And
That is true.
The chips
That
are
is
basically the
very
chips
true.
are one
I don't know what they've done to
step
the
away
chips.
from mashed
They've just
potato.
They've just
They're just
murdered the chips.
Yeah,
Completely lost the plot with the chips. They changed
They
them,
have
and then
lost
everyone was
the
like,
plot.
"These are shitter than the previous shit ones," and they were like, "Oh fuck, we need to change them again."
They don't know what
And
they're
now they've
doing
added
with
some
the chips.
seasoning.
They've completely lost it. Just put salt on them. Just put
Yeah.
fucking salt on them.
The lack of seasoning wasn't the problem. It was the
No.
fact that they were undercooked, soggy messes. You can't just throw some cayenne pepper on that and pretend it's all right. That's
But
not how this shit works. KFC.
It's just never
Cook your
warm.
chips properly.
That's my issue with it.
There's so many sort of takeaways and franchise places that just need to cook things a little bit longer.
But it's not fast enough then.
KFC chips, Domino's wedges.
Oh,
I
what
don't-
are
I
they?
don't do
They're
Domino's.
still. It's like they just put. It's like they have like a spray that goes on the outside of a raw potato, so
Yeah.
it looks like, and then they steam it
They
afterwards.
just colour it in.
That's what it looks
They
like.
colour it in cooked.
Because you bite into it, you're like, this is not cooked.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than biting into a wedge and getting raw potato in there. Oh god, that turns my stomach. This is better conversation because delicious food when I'm dieting is no fun. But when
Are
you
you
talk
dieting?
about shit food,
Are you
yeah,
dieting?
I've come to the conclusion and I've owned up in my own head that I am indeed a yo-yo dieter.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
time I do it, I say, "Do you know what, guys? I'm not dieting. It's a lifestyle change." You've probably heard that from me at some point as well. Like
You
an
did
absolute
really well
fucking
one year.
goon.
I remember you did really well.
I did.
And you
Yeah,
never
I
really
lost-
put it back on after. I've been really
I
nice.
fucking did.
No, you didn't. You used to be a right little
did.
fatty, and then you were tiny, and then
then
you,
COVID
you know,
happened.
you used to be 6 foot tall as well. I mean, the
Yeah.
diet's not meant to do that, but no, I remember that time when you lost all the weight when we first started working together. That I was impressed.
But that was when I was really saying it's a lifestyle change. But then it gets to a point where I just give in and then I forget about it, and then I just eat delicious things all
Do you
the
know, I
time.
walked past the other day and I was like, oh my god, Cinnabon.
Is there a Cinnabon near you?
No, it was in Leeds. I was in Leeds
Whereabouts?
in Trinity. There's a Cinnabon.
Have they got one in there now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's one at the.
Sam, you on a diet?
Stop it.
Talking about, in fact,
Ooh, there's one in Trinity, is it?
I'm not going on a diet, but I'm not eating takeaways for a while. I've had a horrific incident with a takeaway recently. In fact, it ruined my. You know, the bank holiday weekend is a weekend for merriment. It's an extended time
fun
off.
and enjoyment.
Few beers, meant to be right now. So the weather was shit for one. That's not to do with the food.
The Saturday were good. I did good on the Saturday, the weather.
4-day weekends are incredible.
4-day weekends are incredible.
All weekends should be 4 day.
But
Mm.
4-day
Simple as that.
weekends suck if the entirety of your stomach is leaking out of your backside. I took the risky decision. I got a really, really nice doner kebab on the.
Doesn't sound like it was really, really nice.
No, it
but
was,
given,
like, when it
given
first
the
got-
statement that you've just come out with.
When it first got there, it was really nice. It was delicious. It was warm. The chips were really good. It was so good though, but it was so big that I couldn't eat it all. So, to protect it from myself and the dog, I wrapped it up in tin foil and I saved it
to
for the day.
protect it.
To protect it. Because I thought, I'm not letting this go
The
to
sacred
waste.
kebab
This was an entire
must
12.
be protected from the mouths of insolent swines.
So and that's exactly what I said. I did my little prayer and then I wrapped it up in tin foil. And I thought
It was
I'll tell
a
you what,
whole ritual.
Yeah.
There was a candle. There were several candles at one point.
Pentagram, female sacrifice.
No, the pentagram is what I should have done because
Oh, that's where you went wrong.
that would have fended off the bowels from hell. So anyway, the day after, I unwrapped the perfect kebab from the tin foil and I blasted it in the microwave, nuked it, as some people
mate.
say. And it still smelled and looked delicious and it tasted delicious.
Oh, mate.
Approximately, and this is no over-exaggeration, I promise you that this, time-wise, I would say 3 minutes. Maybe 4. And the entirety of my body, started to shut down. Everything evacuated.
That's pretty
I was
quick.
like, and then this is ain't even funny, it's disgusting for listeners, really, but a water sprinkler where it's got the 2 nozzles, it goes... I was like that for about 5 hours.
Well, I've got 2 points here. First of all, I often save takeaway pizzas and things for the day after, but I never eat them. Once that night's gone, and I would never ever have a second-hand day after kebab.
It wasn't a second-hand kebab. I purchased it. It wasn't from a charity shop.
It
wasn't a charity shop
didn't
kebab.
find the kebab. It's not second-hand. It's still his.
It was yesterday's Benson's. It was yesterday's Benson's. He's a different person.
That don't count.
That's not how it works.
Yeah,
Give it to someone else, then it'd be a second-hand kebab.
If I'd received it from someone else, it'd be second-hand.
Well,
but it wasn't.
I'm not having morning after the night before kebab. That's an.
It wasn't the morning
I
after.
would do
that's
it,
the thing.
but
It
I
was the
wouldn't
afternoon.
reheat it. It's the reheating where the problem lies, isn't it?
Yeah, so I did eat a bit of the cold cut, as we'll call it, and I wrapped it up in a tiny bit of naan bread because I was so hungry whilst it was cooking in the microwave. I couldn't wait, and I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have put it in the microwave," but it already started the process at that point.
Yeah,
I did it for like a good 7 minutes. I burnt my finger as well. I should probably point that bit out. I burnt my finger getting the bowl out of the microwave.
So you just grabbed a bowl from the microwave with your bare hands.
Yeah, I normally do, and it's fine. If you get it on the rim, it's all right, but it was so packed full of tainted meat. The whole thing had heated up.
Meat.
Not sure you should be talking about rims given the context of this story. But the second point, anyway,
Good one.
other than the day after dirty
Kebab.
old kebab meat thing is,
Second-hand kebab.
if it's 3 minutes after you've eaten it,
So
I
looked in-
I would dispute whether that's what's caused it.
I thought you were
Yeah, I
going to
would as
question
well.
this. So there
I would
is
think it was something else.
there is certain types of food.
Brainworms.
There is
Brainworm
certain there
bacteria.
is certain fermentation things or whatever. I don't know.
Fermentation.
you're just saying
things.
words, Benson. You're just
I was
saying
going to
words
say
now.
sciencey food words.
So
Fermentation,
Normally food poisoning takes
pasteurized.
it takes pasteurized kebab. It takes 48 hours, like 2 to 3 days to hit you. But if it for some reason builds up like a level of ammonia, and this isn't just me talking big words, ammonia and things like that, it can cause an instant reaction. The thing is, I didn't even get a chance to properly have a drink over the weekend. So it wasn't like the beer or anything like that. Because beer can sometimes upset you, can't it?
This has become a third point then. First of all, why are you having a kebab? Secondly,
Why are you not drunk? Why are you having a sober kebab?
And then having one the day after as well, not even a hungover kebab. What is going on
Because
with
I didn't fancy a
Benson?
pizza. And the only
I
other
don't
thing
think I've
did
ever
was
had
kebabs.
a sober kebab.
Oh,
It was really
man.
no. It wasn't like a cheap kebab, like a cheap
It was a
takeaway
legit-
kebab. You know, just
it was a legit kebab, not a drunk
it was
kebab.
proper, like quite thick cuts of the meat.
It was
and then
real.
chicken.
It had a
orig-
fucking sirloin steak on it.
Yeah, it might as well have been. It was proper Istanbul kebab, all the way from Istanbul.
They
So
import it in.
I think I'd
Maybe
have, like,
that's
2
why it
beers.
was so bad,
I
because
didn't-
they brought it all the
I
way
didn't-
over from Turkey.
He's backtracking now. He's
from
backtracking.
Istanbul. It was from Istanbul,
Yeah.
not Turkey. But so I had a couple of beers. But
Hang on. You
You don't
do
have to be-
realise that Istanbul is in Turkey, right?
yeah, but I was
Just
being
let
more
him do his
specific.
thing. No, you.
If I give you this, if I specify the city,
No,
I
what
don't
he
want
was
the
doing.
country. Is Istanbul? Anyway, let's swiftly
It is
move
a
on.
bullet.
yeah, I like
Yes,
that.
Turkey.
Again, tries to
Yeah,
style it
yeah.
out, and then it's like, oh, is it? Is it really? Is it? Oh,
Well, I
right.
need to. I'm not googling it. I'll put it on Facebook. I'll ask on Facebook.
It's about time you started getting things wrong, though. The last few things you've proved.
Yeah,
us
you've been
wrong.
too
That's-
right recently. I think we've
yeah,
been
you've
too.
been too right.
Yeah, we've rubbed off on you too much, and you're getting
I know.
things right. We can't give him
And
real
Sam-
information now, Sam.
Sam's
That's
got
not what
turned
this
into a-
podcast is
We've just
about.
got to
Sam's turned
start
into a
feeding
silly
him
bastard.
bullshit.
Okay. What else would you
We're
like
just
to
gonna
get
start
wrong
lying
then?
to him about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Because
you know
I'm
that chicken
easily
wire
led.
is made from chickens?
Is it?
Yeah, the fiber in the muscles.
That's why it's called
They
chicken wire.
weave it
It's
together.
the wire of chicken.
You know, like leather. You can do the same with the fibers in the muscles. In the
and
muscles.
leather comes from an animal called a leather. It's not from a cow. It's from a wild leather, which can only be found in the Highlands of Scotland.
Don't be silly.
alongside the wild haggis.
Yeah,
a Shetland cow.
I mean Shetland cow.
I've got a Shetland cow.
I
in
can't
my
help
car.
being right all the time. I've
The
matured.
greatest household pet.
You know, you've got a what, sorry?
A Shetland cow.
A Shetland cow,
Yeah.
but you don't live in Shetland. You live in Turkey,
In Istanbul, actually.
in Istanbul.
You have
Is it the
matured,
capital
though,
of? Is it the
Benson.
capital of Turkey?
No,
No, it's not anymore.
What's the
Has it
capital of
been?
Turkey?
Ankara.
and get it.
Wankara. In this version of the podcast, I haven't been wrong often.
I know.
It's
And
not.
that's-
It's not good enough. That's why
It's killing
a
us,
problem.
Benson. It's killing
killing
I
us.
know. I'll start being a thick cunt again. Don't worry.
Thanks. That's what we like.
Stop drinking as much. I'm gonna turn into a raging alcoholic.
Do you know what? There's listeners that have joined us since we've
And they think
restarted the podcast.
Oh,
they think you're the
I'm
smart one. I know.
I don't
Imagine
like that.
They think
I'm
you're
gonna
the
have to bully
smart one,
myself for being the
Benson.
nerd.
That's why I was so desperate to get the math blunder in that previous
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
And I was like, this is what he's really like.
Can't believe
This
how
is what he's
different my
really
voice
We're
like.
just gonna have
sounds.
to start calling him Nerd now until he fucking kicks.
Don't call me nerd because I'll bully myself.
Nerd.
Because you won't bully yourself.
As a disclaimer to the
Why are you
listeners,
hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? But actually, just
Just
hitting
fucking
yourself.
Bex just finds him just battering himself, holding his head in the toilet and flushing it. Nerd.
I think for legal reasons, we should tell the listeners that I can't be trusted with any level of knowledge at all. So if there's anything that you've
Warp it.
decided to do on the back of advice that I provided on this podcast, please do not go ahead and do that.
My only hope is
But
all
you're
this new
providing that
knowledge
as
has
advice now,
pushed
Ben?
out a lot of old knowledge,
Yeah.
and maybe the stupidity will crawl its way back in at some point. Because we do.
I know because it comes across as you being the stupid one, doesn't it? Which is bizarre.
it does.
which we can't have. we can't
Sam
be having
can't
that.
have it. It's Sam
No,
that can't have it.
absolutely not.
Sam was
We
the
had
one who
our-
didn't
we
know
had our
how,
roles.
how planes and flew things into battlefields.
Still can't get my head around that.
But at the same time, Benson thought if you put a hole in the bottom of a boat, it won't sink. So
This is very true.
Oh, I tested it.
Oh, you tested it.
Yeah, you're looking a bit wet.
Yeah. That's because of the rain after. It's absolutely fine.
Science
I was in
with
the rowing
Benson.
boat. There was a hole in the bottom of it. It was fine.
What more was it? I am in the water.
Natural balloon.
That's the funniest video.
Right, guys.
Guys,
Hey,
Sam.
guys.
what?
Actually,
guys.
as
Hello?
it's 2024, I don't want to be called a guy anymore.
We don't like to be referred to as guys anymore. We actually
I was just going to ask that.
like to be referred to as rabbits.
When I say guys, I just mean people.
I just mean people if I say guys.
Yeah, there's times when I've addressed a group, including females, as guys, and the females.
Guys
have
to
gone,
me just means people.
I'm not a
yeah.
guy, and I'm like, well, I don't
Right.
call men guys, meaning
Sup,
male.
guys? No, no one does that. That's like, yeah. But the thing is, as well, there's loads of stuff like that.
What do you call people? What do you call a group of people? Then a nice
Folks.
informal.
Hey,
chatty-
folks.
That's what I go with, but
Folks
it makes
a
me
good
sound
one.
like a fucking 56-year-old geography
Yeah.
teacher.
Well, I think this
A
is what
gang.
happens to teachers.
Gang's even
I
worse.
think
Gang
this is
is
what
fucking
happens
nonce
to
behaviour.
teachers. I think they're like, how do I do it? Because people get really pissed off now, and then they just end up sounding like nonsense.
I went
Because
on
they're
like a 2-hour
"What's
training
up,
course.
folks?"
Yeah,
Benson went on a 2-hour training course to learn exactly this.
How
I
to
went
be
on a 2-hour
nonce.
training course on not to say guys to a group of people.
He didn't need a training course for that.
2-hour training course to say not to say guys to a group of people.
Yeah, because I kept repeatedly just saying guys. That's all I could say at one point. So they made me go on a 2-hour training course.
Did
so you
someone
can say
complain?
hi people. No, nobody complained. No, it wasn't just me.
Nobody says that. That makes you sound like a robot. That makes you sound like an android.
Hello, human
Hello, people.
fellows.
Hello, humans.
Oh,
Hello,
my,
fellow
my next
humans.
email is going to be hello, humans.
fellow humans.
Because nobody can claim that they're not human.
That'd be a thing. That could be a thing. That could work for you. That
Hello,
being the guy that
humans.
says hello, humans.
You could be the
Yeah.
hello non-lizard folk.
No, because that excludes the lizard folk. And they
Oh,
can't
God, yeah,
out
we do work with a
themselves.
few of those.
I think Teams, Microsoft Teams, but other messaging services are available, has a setting that can be applied, and it reads what you're typing. It goes, maybe try saying this instead to be more inclusive.
Well, get in touch anyway, folks, at Killer Rabbit Pod or killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com to tell us how you address a group of people. Because I don't know where to go with it. I'm
A lot of
trying
people
to
say
get rid of
rabbits to
folks.
us, don't they? They go, hello,
People
rabbits.
call us the rabbits.
call it-
I
Yeah,
can't
people
go
call
to
us
so, I
rabbits,
can't
I'm
go
fine
to
with
my
that.
team and go, hi, rabbits.
No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Hi,
But what else
band.
can you say? What
Call
else
it-
can
we
you
call
say?
it
People
fellow
is just
humans.
weird. Humans,
Hello.
humans I actually quite like. It's quite
hello,
funny.
fellow
Hello,
humans.
I
fellow-
might go with that. And
Hello.
I might say it like that. Hello, fellow humans.
Hello, fellow humans. Today we are to learn about some things that humans do.
Which I know full well because I too am human.
I do all of
Please
these things
reply
myself.
yes or no if human does this.
Don't you guys really love breathing? Breathing is cool. I, like other humans, really enjoy drinking and eating food. It's incredibly enjoyable.
I
Don't
like
you agree,
KFC.
fellow humans? Anyway, this went off on a tangent because this is supposed to be the middle part of the podcast. And what happens in the middle part of the podcast? Well, somebody hopefully brings something a little bit different or a little bit, I don't know, a little bit competitive or zany or weird. Yeah. So come on, guys. Come on, folks. Come on, humans. Let's get into this and let's do something a
You
little
said
bit different.
guys, you're not allowed to do that anymore. I'm
Yeah,
going
but
to
some
reprimand
struggles
you
they
every
get
time you
three
say
things.
you are both men, so that's allowed.
I do not. I don't identify as a guy.
This started when
you
I said this.
identify as a
Don't jump on my guy bandwagon. Right? I started this whole thing by saying,
Who's
don't
Guy
call-
Bandwagon and why is he in our podcast? Hi, I'm Guy Bandwagon.
Hi, guys, I'm
Benson's guy
Bandwagon.
bandwagon sounds like
That's when
a gay cruise.
That's my new band member name. Wait, the Giblets in Trousers have got a new band member in it.
Benson and his guy bandwagon. Eh?
No, the guy bandwagon.
Eh?
He's the guy. He's
Right. I'm Guy Bandwagon. Today, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to learn blue sky thinking, okay? Let's
Oh
go.
no, I hate
Sit
him
down.
already.
I fucking hate Guy Bandwagon.
I'm gonna fucking bomb your LinkedIn profile, guy bandwagon.
Oh, Jesus, don't talk to me about LinkedIn. We've done
guy.
that to
Guy
death.
bandwagon definitely
that
does a
place.
5 a.m. post.
Do you know what? That's the crossover between Outlook Teams and
That's
Instagram
it. That's
and
the
Facebook.
that's the
That's the
melting
middle
pot
ground.
of
the worst.
The-
Yeah,
the
that's the
melting
worst of
pot.
everybody and
Cesspit
everything.
version.
The melting pot.
The melting
That's
pot, where
exactly
it all
what it is.
goes, where it all goes to merge into ultimate cess, where you take the worst of the work apps and the worst of the home apps, and you mash them together, and you get LinkedIn.
Like what comes out of your ass after a 2-day-old kebab.
LinkedIn is exactly that. It is what's left over after everything else has been devoured and shat out by the most vicious monster the world's ever seen.
Well, anyway, guys, folks, humans, as I'm sure you're aware, today is World Voice Day.
It's World War Day.
World Voice Day.
Is that
Say-
today the
say
day
it.
that the podcast goes out, or today the day we're recording?
the day the podcast goes out?
Yeah, nice. I like it.
Ah.
Well done. Well done.
So
It's
that
World
is-
Voice Day.
If you're listening to this on release day, it is indeed World Voice Day. And there's a day for everything in these days, isn't there?
That's
These
getting
days,
getting
there's a day
annoying.
for everything.
There's a
That's
day
getting
for
annoying.
there's a day for national days.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
the
should be a
National Day
day,
Day.
the national day of no national holiday or days.
The national holiday
Oh,
day
that'd That'd be beautifully ironic. The National
they-
Day of No National Day.
But then you've got
Yeah, like
national and international days, and it's starting to
The national
bug me a bit.
holiday day and the
Never
and the
the two shall
international
mix.
holiday day. You need to celebrate both.
But quite often these days to raise awareness. Who needs awareness of a voice? Oh, you know that thing that happens when you open your
When you
mouth?
shout, how do you raise
Yeah.
awareness? Well, you tell people about it, so you use your voice.
Oh, one of them. I had no idea what one of those was
Yeah,
until
there's a
World
thing
Voice
called
Day.
voice.
So what is
So
World
so
Voice
what
Day?
what is World Voice Day in aid of? What are we voicing?
Voices.
Just straight up voices.
Wait, is this Vag?
Voices.
Did Vag start a holiday?
He might have done.
No, not
They
him.
might have done.
They-
Sorry, they. Not the human form of Vag. No, it's World Voice Day, a day to celebrate the voices and everything voicey, and yeah, I've no idea. I don't know why. It's just a fucking day, isn't it? It felt
It's just a
apt because
day,
we do a
But
podcast.
there must be a whole thing behind it. What is World Voice Day and why is it? Just
Well,
why
it's
is it?
that? It's just to celebrate the voice. World Voice
Of
Day. Do you
who?
want me to tell you
The
what
voice
World-
of who?
It's a worldwide annual event that takes place on April the
to
16th.
celebrate the phenomenon of voice.
The phenomenon, yeah, it's one of those things.
The
isn't it?
phenomenon, like it's
Yeah.
some sort of mythical being that just have. We don't understand why things have a voice. They just have a
It had to be that word as well, didn't it?
phenomenon.
Benson's
to-
favourite voice.
Phenomenon.
Favourite word. I've got voice in my head now because it's voice day.
The
Fucking
aim is
It's
to
not a national
demonstrate
word,
the
dear.
enormous importance of the voice in the daily lives of all people. The voice.
Well, what if you can't speak?
Yeah, exactly. This is really
Not
uninclusive.
the day for you.
This is exclusive, not inclusive.
April the
Awful.
17th is World No Voice Day. so-
Fuck off. Is it actually?
No.
Oh,
I was going to say it's because everyone spent all of April the 16th using their voice.
Yeah.
I'm starting new.
Well, a goal of World Voice Day is to encourage all those who use their voice for business or pleasure,
Or
to
pleasure?
learn to take
For business
care
or
of their
pleasure?
voice.
What pleasure
Yeah.
do you get out of
Do you use your
fucking
voice for
voicing?
business or pleasures?
I like the fact that it's
Oh,
business
yeah.
or pleasure. Like, you can't do both.
You can't
Today
do
I
that.
woke up and I've decided my voice will be
If you-
used for pleasure.
It's business
If
voice.
you- if
Today's
you went
business
through,
voice. Hi, I'm Guy Bandwagon. Today I'm using business voice.
I'm using my business voice. Have you? This is my blog post. 5 ways to use your business voice before 6 a.m. to make sure you're an achiever.
This is my pleasure voice.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Oh, yeah. But if you went through an airport, Sam, they don't go, is it business and pleasure? It's business or pleasure. You can't mix
No,
them
they
both.
ask you and then they ask about your voice. Are you here for
Yeah.
business or pleasure?
If you're here
Is
for
your
business,
voice
why are
here
you
for
using your
business or
pleasure voice? Well, the thing about my pleasure voice is it's for business.
Yeah, you don't want like the train driver mixing up his business and pleasure voice. do you?
Next up, Stratham.
Or when he's getting into bed with his lady to use his business voice.
Oh, please, yes, do that.
Yeah.
Pulling up 1405.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Harder. Oh, yes. That feels great. Right. World Voice Day.
Unattended
then.
baggage will be destroyed.
So, to
Unattended
celebrate
baggage in
World
the
Voice
luggage area.
Day, and celebrate voices of all kinds, whether squeaky and high, whether sultry and sexy. I don't care. I just
Am I
want to
sultry and
celebrate
sexy?
everybody's voice. So,
So everyone, if you see Sam today, scream at him, please, really loudly.
no, don't scream.
Please, really loud. Use your voice.
Use your voice to scream.
Are you ready for It's a Fact Hunt?
Are your skills sharp or are they blunt? If you don't know the answer, just put up a front. We've got 3 little statements and one's a fact. It's a mini mystery waiting to be cracked. It's Fact Hunt. It's Fact Hunt. It's just a big fact hunt. So come and hunt the facts today. You're a big fact hunt. You're a fact hunt.
Right, it's time for a Fact Hunt. We've not done one of those in a bit. I've bastardizing the formula again, though.
What do you
I've
mean?
forgot-
No, wait. Whoa, you can't say it's a fact hunt and then say you changed it because it's not a fact hunt then, is it?
I seem to change it every time. It's more of a falsehood hunt.
A false
But yeah.
hunt
Yeah, as
It's 3
per
false
the
statements.
song,
Find out which
and one's a
false.
false.
which is falsiest. But as per the song, it's supposed to be 3 little statements and one's a fact. However, there's 3 little statements and one's a false.
Oh,
So
is that a little mystery?
yeah, it's still a
Waiting
mini
to
mystery.
Be
Be cracked. Yeah.
solved.
Still, the theme still kind of works, but I mean, we can't go back to Tiff and ask him to re-record the whole thing, saying
Tiff,
we've got
bring him.
3 little
Ring him now,
statements
ring him
and
now.
one's
Wait,
not a fact.
could you
Just
call
ring
this
him.
one?
Just ring
could
him
you
and
call
ask
this
him.
one?
Just ask him to
what
sing
was-
it now over the phone. Just ring him and go, Tiff, just sing 3 little statements and one's a false.
No, we had a name for this. Wrangle that whopper.
Oh, Wrangle the Whopper, yeah.
Wrangle the Whopper, we did.
So let's do the theme tune really quickly. Wow, crikey!
We
It's
didn't
Wrangle
have a
that
theme
whopper.
tune.
It did.
Wrangle the Whopper, mate.
Oh,
Right,
did.
so you're gonna, it's Fact Hunt Wrangle the Whopper edition. That's what it is.
Which
and it's-
nobody besides us 3 understand.
You're going to
No, but
explain what
it still
Wrangle the
sounds-
Whopper means.
It still sounds pleasant to the human ear, though, doesn't it? Wrangle the Whopper. It's
Wrangle
still
that
fun
Whopper.
to listen to.
Not to a whopper's ear though. It doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah,
sound
watch-
pleasant to them.
What if the Whopper
Watch
likes
out,
to
all
be
you
wrangled?
Whoppers. For those who are unsure, a Whopper is a lie or a fib
The Whopper.
in English slang.
Or
So
a
World
burger.
Voice Day.
Burger King.
Burger King.
Are you ready for 3 statements about World Voice Day where one of them's false and 2 of them are true, and you've got to find the false one? You've got to wrangle that Whopper,
Yeah, I'm ready.
and I'm pitting you against each other.
Oh, Benson,
How
I
can
am
you
going
put us
to...
ag-
I'm going to wrangle that Whopper.
I'm
Go
going to
hard.
wrangle your whopper.
Ooh, please.
I'm not sure.
You see, you can't pit us against each other. We just put on our pleasure voices.
Need to
no
drop
business.
a bit of.
Please
need to
make
drop
sure
the
you
sax-
use your
sax
business
from
voices
Careless
during the
Whisper.
quiz.
Right. Are you ready? 3 statements about World Voice Day.
And one's a fact.
A false.
Well, it's not actually about World Voice
Two's
Day.
a fact.
It's about voices. Yeah, 2 are
Three
facts.
little statements
One's
and
false.
two's a fact.
The fact.
One is a false, and you gotta find it real fast.
And
Ooh, I
you're
like it.
facing off against each other, but I don't get how that'll work. But let's just go with that. We could both
What
win
do you
this
mean?
one.
What do
We
you mean you
could
don't
both
know how it works?
We
He
could
doesn't
both
know
win.
how it
This is
works.
this is traditional fact hunt rules.
But no, traditional fact. Is it? So we
Yeah.
could both say the same answer and both
Yeah.
win. Well, where was the fun in? Is that how we originally did fact hunt?
Terrible,
because
isn't it?
you
Rubbish
beaten
Bunch
me.
of idiots.
Shit
Well,
game.
no, because if you both get it, then you've both beaten me.
What a
as
terrible
the
game
fact
is
keeper.
this? We
So
could
we
just
are
beat
working
you
together
up,
then.
though. Then we
You're not
win
working
anyway.
together, no.
So if we both get it right, we've beat you.
Yeah.
So which means we're working together.
No, you're fucking not.
But we
Well, so
have
there's
to
three
beat you.
teams. There's 3 teams and there's 3 statements. One's a fact, but none of us can win. Got it. Right, okay, I
No,
understand the
2 are
rules there.
facts, one's false.
But what about the 4th one?
There is no 4th one. Right, here we
What about
go.
number 10.
Statements. Statements
That was
about
my next one.
voices. Right,
Oh,
okay.
he's getting
Statement
angry
the
now.
first.
He's
getting
raising
wound
his
up,
voice.
He's getting wound up. He's trying,
He's raising.
he's trying to push through. He's trying to get to the quiz quickly.
Gonna use anger voice. No business
no,
voice.
It's only business
No
on
pleasure
pleasure. You
voice.
can't have a third voice. Who said you can have a third voice? And we had
Nobody
this signed off.
authorised it, Vag.
There's no authorization for third voice usage on this podcast.
Okay, to use an angry voice at this juncture would give me pleasure. How about that loophole?
Okay.
But you're going to use your technicality. I'm going to get the voice police on you.
Right, here we go. Statement number 1. So, we love... Oops, just smashed my microphone. So excited by
Is that part of the statement? That
We
seems a bit
love.
We love
unique.
to smash my microphone. What?
Yeah. We love Mr. Guinness on this show and his world records. So that's where we're going to start off with. So statement number 1 is the world's fastest talking woman is Fran Capo, who can speak 603.32 words per minute. That's statement the first. Statement 2. We know that there are several animals that can replicate and imitate human speech, but in 2018, a 14-year-old orca from France was able to repeat words such as hello, aha, 1, 2, and bye-bye. It could also say its trainer's name, Amy. And statement the third, voice actor Finn Raines played 9 out of 26 characters in the 2014 animated movie The Nut Job. He played a range of animals, men, women, and children, and the film features scenes where he was portraying up to 4 different characters. So those are your 3 statements. Fran Capo, fastest talking woman, an orca that speaks, or voice actor that played 9 out of 26 characters. One of those is not true. Who would like to go first and
Break it down.
I'd like to break it down
Break.
It's a new break.
because I've done
Downs.
some quick maths. That first one, it was over 600
60.
words in a minute. 600 words in a minute?
603.32 words per minute.
Which means they're doing 10 words a second,
That's exactly it. 10 words.
which
a
is
second.
crazy. The second one, an orca or a killer whale, can't be from France because France is a land, it's a country, and orcas or killer whales are from
the sea.
the waters. The waters. Yeah, they're from the sea. And then the third one, you put numbers in, which attracts me to that one as the red herring.
Red herring.
So, based on that alone, I don't know where I was going after that with it.
I like how you said I put numbers in that one, and the first one had 603.32, the second one had 2018 and 14 in it, and the last one had 2014.
Yeah, but you said, well, the last one was like 9 out of 26.
Good memory. Yeah, it was 9 out of 26. Well done.
Good, thank you. That didn't sound patronising at all.
Good, thank you. Congratulations on your thank you.
Well done on your receiving of said thank you.
Oh, good thank you.
gonna
Good
say
thank you.
that- I'm going to say number 2 is the false one, because I don't think that orcas or any sea creature like that has been able to replicate human voice. Although, having said that, orcas are very clever and they're very emotional beings.
How do you know orcas are clever?
Because I watched Blackfish, and they've got a really big brain, and they hunt
have
in
they?
packs.
Big brain. Big brain.
You've talked to them, have you, on an
I tell you
intellectual
what,
level?
They'll be pretty thick if they were born in the middle of fucking France.
To be fair, though,
wouldn't
orcas do speak in their own language, and then
they? They do.
so
but
do
they're talking
so do dolphin
clicks.
pods. But then when they
Yeah,
come
yeah.
together at certain times of the year, they then all of them speak a completely different dialect, communicate with each other.
Oh, do
Did
they?
you know that? Yeah. So orcas and
okay,
dolphins
okay,
will
okay.
share a completely different dialect when they're speaking
Did
to
you know,
themselves alone.
Dolphins have sexy time for fun.
Yeah, they're the only other species. They also pass
There's
around
three.
pufferfish, don't they? Because it makes
Yeah,
them
like-
intoxicated.
Yeah.
They have business and pleasure sonar.
They have business and pleasure mode. The
Mm,
dolphins.
good.
Clicks, business
being
and
a
pleasure
dolphin,
clicks.
it'd be pretty cool life being a dolphin, wouldn't it? The only thing is, you'd be really, really jealous of the other fish that don't
You
have
say
to
that,
bob
but
up every now and
they're
again
very-
to breathe.
Dolphins are very rapey, aren't they?
Oh, super rapey.
They're
yeah.
very rapey.
Well, I
the
don't think the
humans as well,
dolphin-
they're very rapey.
Justice system works the same way as the
I don't
human
think
one
they
does.
have much of. Well, I mean, I suppose they do because they do live
They
in.
probably
I've
do,
always
because
been-
they'll have an alpha. They'll have someone in charge
No such thing as
I've
an
al-
alpha in the fucking animal kingdom.
in a
I've always
dolphin
been a little
pack.
freaked out by
Just in
dolphins.
the animal
since
kingdom,
the
the-
episode of The Simpsons where they rise up and take over. I didn't like
Dolphins
those.
would though. Dolphins definitely would if they could. So would
Yeah,
orcas.
you don't want to fuck with a dolphin.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Orcas
Benson-
orcas would rise up just because of SeaWorld. I'm going
Are
to
you
say
giving
that
us
the orca one's
definitive
bullshit. Or whale shit in this case.
Would you care to lock it in with a lock-in noise, please?
I will do a locking noise.
Go on then.
I did it.
Is he doing that thing again?
It's just a really, it's a really bougie one. It's
It's a really bougie one.
really quiet. It's a neighborhood friendly locking noise.
Officially neighborhood friendly stamped. Poof.
HOA approved.
Okay,
Bacon stamped lock-in noise.
I'll do the proper locking noise. Bacon stamped approved.
Right, okay. Over to Adam then. Talk us through it. Break it down. Break it down.
Break it down. So the first one. What was the first one? Let's go back to
Fran
them.
Capo, fastest speaking woman.
Fastest speaking woman.
603.32
Yeah, like
words.
Benson said, you're looking at 10 words per, just over 10 words per second. What, 10.3 or something? Which is pretty damn fast, but doesn't seem too unbelievable. The second one seems completely unbelievable because why the hell whales and animals talking? It seems like it'd be big news, replicating words. They're not like parrots that mimic. I know they're big-brained. Talking?
Yeah, talking would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it?
It seems pretty far-fetched, that. Seems pretty far-fetched.
And plus, any other animal
And-
that can talk isn't. It's just replicating the sound. It's not communicating.
Yeah, the only animals that can communicate really in a somewhat conventional way with gorillas with sign language.
I understand
Yeah,
that
Fifi.
Polly did indeed want a cracker, though. So
Yes, but Polly had learned behavior of repetition and reward, right? I
Did
knew
want a
that saying
cracker,
Polly
though.
want a cracker or repeating that sound they heard would get them a cracker.
clever parrots.
Parrots, cool. I like parrots. I like the ones that have been taught to swear. And they're in pet
Yes.
shops, usually African greys, and you walk in and go, fuck off! And you're like, you're my favourite. And number 3 was the man playing all the different characters in a movie.
9 out of 26 characters.
What was this movie?
The
Nut Job.
Nut Job.
And when was it made?
About squirrels. 2014. it was
2014.
released.
Well, I've never heard of this movie ever.
Because
It's a
you
kid's
never heard of the
movie.
Nut Job?
No.
Oh, it's good.
You sound like you definitely know, don't
So
you?
convincing. So convincing. Benson.
I was
Oh,
so
it's good.
convinced there.
Oh,
I
it's
was
good.
I was like, oh my god, he's definitely seen that movie. He's telling me
2014
all
was-
about. He's telling me all about the plot. He thoroughly knows it.
It's the claymation one, like the Wallace and Gromit one.
It's Wallace and
It wasn't
Gromit with
Wallace and
squirrels.
Gromit. It was 26 claymation animals.
Harmon Studios. Or whatever they're
Yeah,
called.
yeah, yeah.
Was
They
it?
did Creature Comforts and then they did the Nut
Mm.
Job.
Never heard of it.
It's like the Italian Job with more nutting.
I mean, if it was a claymation movie, if it was a claymation movie, it would make sense for one person to kind of voice most of the characters because you don't.
That's not most. 9 out of 26 isn't most.
Okay, a lot of the characters. Shh.
All right, maths.
Well, maybe
about 22% of.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it should be most of the characters, but he's made the number smaller. So,
well, pick that then.
No, because I want to go for 2, and you stole it by going first.
Don't be boring. Don't be
No,
boring.
I
Go
haven't
for
not
the same
been-
one. Go for a different one. Go for a
You can
film
both
that
go for
definitely
two.
exists.
You can both go for 2 if
I'll
you
go.
want.
Okay, just for the sake of competition, I will go for 3, even though I think it's 2.
Okay, well, I'm going to
Okay.
change mine.
You change
You
it to
locked
3.
in,
go on.
unfortunately.
Oh, shit, yeah, I locked
Oh,
in
yeah, you locked
twice.
yours in.
Adam's
for number
still
2,
to lock
Adam.
in.
I want us both to be right and Sam to lose this, so you can go for number 2 as well.
No, I'm going for number 3 now because you're
2,
trying to peer
2.
pressure me.
Do 2. Do 2.
All right,
Do,
2
uh,
seconds.
t-
I'll go for number 3. Lock it in.
Oh, he's locked it in. He's not done Benson's bidding there at all. So we may as well start off with number 1 then.
Lady talks
Which was-
fast.
Miss Lady Talks Fast. Hey,
Miss
little
Lady
Miss Lady
Talks.
Talks Fast over there. Which was an appropriate accent there because she is from New York. And I wanted to go on and hear how fast she does talk because this one was true. And at first, the first video, I thought she was foreign. I thought she was speaking a foreign language, but she's not at all.
Does he slow it
And
down and you can hear her perfectly?
Well, this is the thing. I'm going to play you a little clip of her speaking fast just to see if you can make any of it out. But the whole thing was when she submitted it to Guinness, they thought she was just like going basically. And then when they slowed it down, they heard every word and every syllable.
Oh, amazing.
So
That's the
I'm
impressive part.
I'm going to play this for you now.
He that dwells secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Same with those who are refuge in my fortress, my God, and the will I trust.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I heard it.
I
Don't know
think
what
that
you were
the
saying.
I think the weather in September is also quite strange at this time of year.
How the fuck did you hear that? Have you heard it before?
No,
Did you actually hear her
What?
say that, Benson?
I just understand that kind of language.
How on earth? No, you've
He's got to have seen this before. I see a smirk underneath.
No, because
Yeah,
the
here we
smirk is-
go.
the
Come
s-
on, tell us the
smirk-
truth.
Because the smirk is that Sam's winding you up, not me.
yeah, she doesn't say that at all. Doesn't say that at all. So
That'd have been
It
pretty
would-
fucking cool, though.
it was a prayer. It was a prayer that she was reciting, and I've tried to find the full length thing everywhere, and I can't. But what I can tell you is the last few words are: "He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him I will trust." So
Oh,
those
passage
are
416.
those. Really? How did you know that?
I'm surprised you didn't go for 316, but the 416 did kind of make that one obvious.
No, we don't bring Steve Austin into this.
Well, I'll play it again, so you see if you can try and pick some of those words out from the end.
He that dwells secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Same with those who are refuge in my fortress, my God, and the will I trust.
She says refuge.
I can
She
hear
used the word refuge.
and fortress.
Your fortress and trust. Yeah, you hear
Yeah,
refuge,
yeah.
fortress, and trust. One more time, just for brevity.
He that dwells secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Same with those who are refuge in my fortress, my God, and the will I trust.
So you're
There
not
you
playing
go.
any of it slow to us then?
No, I tried. I did slow it down earlier, but it still just sounds a bit like.
it down too
I
much.
assume they had some kind of extra special Guinness and his
Special
World
Mr.
Record.
Guinness slower down. World
Yeah.
record
Who's
slower
got
down.
audacity?
The world
definitely-
record greatest slower downer. Yeah.
It's my slower down.
Okay, so there we go. That was Fran Capo, the fastest speaking woman in the world.
Which
Fair
one are
play
you going
to
to
her.
go to next?
Next, I'm going to go to number 3. Voice actor Finn Raines played 9 out of 26 characters in the 2014 animated movie The Nut Job. He played a range of animals, men, women, and children, and the film features scenes where he was portraying up to 4 different characters. Is bullshit!
Whey!
Which means Adam has
Nice.
successfully wrangled the Whopper.
Found
Well
the Whopper,
done,
guys.
Mr.
I
Adam
found
Chase.
it.
So the film exists. It's not claymation. And
Does it
stuff.
actually exist?
Benson was bullshitting about that. Yeah.
I've never even heard of it. I was just.
Yeah.
I thought I'd
Well,
join in.
Yeah, everyone's
when
just
I was
fucking-
looking for it, I was looking for an obscure enough one that I was like, I've never fucking heard of that. But it had Will Arnett, Liam Neeson, Brendan Fraser,
Wow.
Maya Rudolph,
Brendan
Gabriella
Fraser in it.
Iglesias, yeah, Jeff Dunham. Had quite a few famous
Never
people
heard
in
of
it, but nobody called Finn Raines. Apparently, it's really, really shit.
Oh, okay, that's why I've never heard of it.
Like super shit, really, really shit. 2014 family comedy. Nobody called Finn Raines. So there might be. How about I just made it up? So there we go.
Excellent. Yay,
Which
I win.
means
Whee!
that the talking orca,
It means
the
that an
talker,
orca was
if
born
you
in
will,
France.
well, it might have been born in France in captivity, but it's,
That
it's
was
classed as
true,
a-
and the fucking orca is speaking.
well,
Yeah, okay.
Well.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Bollocks.
Here we
isn't it?
go.
Well.
Bollocks. It's
I
false.
had to look it up, didn't I? And I had to get evidence of this whale talking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's tenuous at best.
I don't know what that
Let's hear
means.
it.
It's the link is woolly. It's between. Is it actually talking?
It's probably something that you want to hear it, so you
Is
hear
this
it
like?
situation.
Is this like when
Wait.
someone finds Jesus in the toast?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, yeah. It's
Is
like,
that,
oh,
so that's tenuous.
when a dog says "Ruh, ruh, ruh."
And they go, oh, he said
That's
I love
probably-
you.
Yeah, which is probably more accurate, way more accurate than this whale speaking. So yeah, let's hear a whale talking.
Hello.
One.
1, 2, 3.
What was
That's just a whale making farting noises.
So there you go.
That's why we
Yeah.
didn't know about it, because that's not a whale speaking. It's a whale making noises. It's not speaking any language.
Yeah, I think you've done us here,
I
Sam.
think it's
I'm
false.
really not happy
It's
with
false.
this middle
There
section.
was two false.
There's-
There was one fact in there.
So we have beat you.
Yeah,
It is,
we already did.
it is replicating it. That's what it's doing.
You're
It's
the whopper.
replicating
We're
like
gonna
pitch.
wrangle you.
That's what it's doing. It's replicating pitch.
That's- I think
And they're
the
going, oh,
1,
that
2
means 1, 2, 3. No, it's replicating
The 1, 2, 3
pitch.
one slays me because it's like 3.
Yeah, that's it. That last one. They're like, oh, it definitely said 3. No. Fuck
You see, it'd have been,
off.
Hello. Hello.
it'd have been really funny.
1, 2, 3.
I think that's actually what happened on Benson's house over the weekend.
Yeah, my house is now talking.
The
and
whale's
saying-
actually impersonating Benson.
It'd have been really,
It sounds like it's screaming at her.
yeah, because it probably wants a fucking treat. I bet it's in a tank the size
It
of a
doesn't.
bath.
He wants to be in the fucking ocean and not in a fucking tank. That's what it wants.
Well, right after they turned the microphone off, that's exactly what it said.
They
Crystal
turn
clear
that. You're
diction.
like, oh, cut,
Yes.
cut. We can't have that out.
Look,
Yeah.
Look, I'm really
excuse me,
getting
if
fed
you
up with
could
this.
if you could release me from this pool now and put me back in the wild with my
Business
orca
voice.
friends, that'd
Put
be
the business voice on.
I'm not using my pleasure voice for you lot anymore. I need to be back in the ocean. Well, that's it. That's why they cut the microphones. They can't. If an orca started talking, I'm pretty sure what it would say is, "Let me the fuck out of his tank."
Release me.
Yeah.
Oh, kill me.
Yeah, I was really expecting, Sam, when you played the first thing, for you to have like a recording of "Hello, I'm the orca."
Well, in the actual recording, it starts off with the person saying hello and then the orca repeating it. I thought that might have completely thrown you. Like you might be like, "Fuck, that's really clear."
Hello. Rather than
Hello, Mr. Orca here. It definitely said hello.
Why are they
Listen,
speaking in English as well if they're in France? Why is she not going
Because-
dun, toi?
because they
can't
hate
teach-
people.
you can't-
They hate
you're
people,
just being
including
silly now. You
themselves, speaking
you can't
French.
teach a whale French. Come on now, that's just silly.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
being
But
silly.
but
Yeah,
Sam,
good point.
they're black and white. Surely they are the whale to teach French to.
This is very true. This is very true.
If you just put a beret on them and some garlic round their neck, they're basically French.
So there we go.
Yeah, the
That's
French
the
are making them into a
end
soup or
of
something.
The Fact Hunt Wrangle the
Awesome.
Whopper edition. Happy Voice Day, everybody. Use
Happy
your
Voice
voices
Day.
as voicily as you can.
But never ever offer your voice out for free on Twitter.
Yeah, because people shout at you. They use their voice to shout at your voice.
You will be reprimanded.
Dreadful.
Right, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't say that either.
You can't say this, and it knows.
people,
No, you can't say it. No,
women,
it's humans.
men.
No,
dudes.
you can't say men.
Gonna
just men.
explode. Mate is going to
Humans.
explode.
I mean, it's human allowed because it has man in it.
Yeah, and what about all the robots and androids that are listening?
That's true. What about all the pigs and the fishes that are listening?
Yeah, we put this out on social media, on Twitter and things, which is now 97.8% bots. We can't
Racist
can't
bots.
rule those
Can
out,
we
can we?
just include that it's racist bots?
Racist bots and sex bots.
Yeah.
Sex
The
bots,
amount of
sex
porn
bots.
on Twitter now is somewhat unfathomable. It's
really-
People who
really
like my
disturbing.
tweets now are like fake porn accounts.
Yeah, I just get that constantly. And then they follow you, and you're just like, fuck off.
Yeah. It's just, I don't
I'm
like
not a
it
fan.
anymore.
Twitter is it's just a mess. It's like,
I'm
do you know what
very
Twitter
close
is?
to-
It's
very
like,
close
do you
to
know? Do you
canning it.
remember when phone booths were still a thing, and they have the notice board in them with all the fucking cards that were pinned to it. And that's what Twitter is now. It's just that. It's just
phone
all
booth.
those adverts for all this fake bullshittery.
Yeah, it's a pretty horrible place these days. So, if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can find us at killerrabbitpod. Oh, we had a bit of a Twitter spat the other day with a woman who swears that everybody calls it X. And I was like,
saw that.
nobody
Oh, that's
calls it
hilarious.
Proper
X.
going for it. Everyone
You
calls it X.
fucking musk
No one calls it
mouthpiece,
X.
you. Yeah.
He was mad. She told us to go fuck ourselves.
Everybody calls it. She did. She was calling me a bully while at the same time calling me a moron, a muppet, and telling me to go fuck myself.
She didn't like us. She didn't like us at all.
She
No,
was
that
so
did
mean.
not like the cut of our jib.
She was
It
upset.
really,
Really
was not
upset me.
enjoyed.
She was upset because of seagullies.
Yeah, she was. If you dare put the head of a Conservative MP on the body of a seagull, I will come down on you so hard, I will turn my business voice on, and you will be in so much
She was
trouble.
fucking-
So help me,
She
God.
was that person, right? Stood in front of the Tory party, holding them back. Going, I'll fucking deal with them. I'll deal with them, guys. That's what she was doing.
We missed
She
the
was holding
opportunity
full
to put
brunt
we
of
missed the
seagullish.
opportunity to put a seagull on his head.
Oh, we could have put her on. Was it her or him? We could have put them, the person, the human. We could have put the human's head on a seagull. Opposed to
Put
that.
human's head on seagull.
They were really
Totally
butthurt
normal
about it, though,
human
weren't they?
behaviour.
Like, I'm sure it was a bot at one point. Like,
A
I
bot?
think it was.
A
I
bot?
thought it was like a spoof account, and then I was like, oh no, they're being serious.
Oh, yeah,
They put-
completely
They
serious.
put on the business
it was-
tweets, and
Basically, it was Seagullis on his fake Twitter account.
it was him. It was his.
You
it was
can't
his
say that
pseudonym.
about politicians. That's just rude.
For context, I need to give some context here in case anybody's listening that has no
Oh,
idea,
sorry.
doesn't follow us on Twitter, has never been on there. There's an MP, Conservative MP called Jonathan Gullis. He's an absolute shithouse. He's a knobhead. And apparently he was once a teacher, and some of his very young children, when he was a teacher, photoshopped his head onto a seagull and called him Seagullis instead of Gullis. Seagullis. And we thought that was really funny, not least because we used to cover seagulls and beach chicken news quite a lot on the podcast, but also because it was ribbing a Conservative MP.
And he
So
was
we
getting
decided
really
to-
upset at kids laughing at him.
He was getting really upset.
I think that's the main thing for me. Is like
and lecturing
this is-
them about respect.
You're a teacher. Kids are gonna fucking rinse you.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
just
that's-
part of the job, man.
Kids do way worse
I
than
know,
that as well,
but
don't they?
I have
That's
seen
a really...
kids flip teachers' cars over in the car
Yeah.
park. Right? All they did was put your head on a fucking seagull.
chairs
on
at their heads.
Photoshop. I
Yeah.
know. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
So we recreated this, and we got a lot of hate from the right, from the Conservative supporters.
all
If
of
you
the
are-
right. Yeah.
If you are a Conservative supporter, I don't think you probably listen to this anyway, so I don't think we're upsetting anybody that we don't want to upset. So yeah, if you are a Conservative, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck
There
you.
we go. That's where it came from. The podcast that never does politics, doing a little bit of politics.
We never said
That's
we
always
wouldn't do
fun.
politics on this podcast.
Not on this one. That was the last one. Now we can say what the
Yeah,
fuck we
man.
want. So fuck the Tories, bun them off, put them in the bin.
But also fuck Labour. There's no politics. We don't. We just
Oh,
no
They're all
politicians.
shit,
We don't
but
want to go.
unfortunately
get
we
rid
have
of
to
the
pick
government.
one or the other. And the Tories can fuck right off.
The Rabbit Party. That's who needs to win.
Yeah, that's exactly who needs to
I mean,
win.
what are the rules to start a party? Can you
What
just say
are the
I'm
rules?
starting one?
What are the rules.
Can you know, like
you
when I
can.
get
The Munster
questioned...
Raving Looney Party is a thing. Very big.
Well, there's Count Binface as well, isn't there?
There is Lord Binface. Lord Binface, I think it is.
Count.
Is he Count?
Binface. Yeah. It's all right.
There is
I think
the guy.
it's pronounced Bin for say.
There's the dude who dresses as a
Bin
dolphin.
Farsi.
There's a dude who dresses as a dolphin
is.
who's beaten Nigel Farage multiple times.
But you know,
Why is
you know,
there no middle ground? Why are they all fucking rich shithouses?
Rich
or
shithouses
completely
or
baffling
mad cunts.
nonsense people? Yeah, or bin men bins.
Men
Trash
bins.
talk.
Yeah, I know it's
Trash
mad.
talk
It is
politics.
fucking. It's just nuts, man. It's all just a lot of rich people or just insane, crazy people who have these mad policies who are there just to ridicule the system. Just give us someone who gives a fuck, please.
Please.
So that's why I'm going to
Oh,
start a
please.
party. In the same sense, I'm asking you, this is a genuine question, and similar to when I said, well, how do new words become words? How does a party become a party? There's no...
You need funding and
rule.
donation and backers. You need to. You'll
you've got
need
some
to
music,
then rally
Over
within
10 people. Sausage rolls.
sausage rolls.
That's
You
a
definitely
party.
need sausage rolls. Party rings. If you've not got party rings, it's not a pie.
You need someone throwing up in the shoes.
Yeah.
No, you'd
Somebody
need-
bring
you
the
would need to
alcohol.
fucking
Somebody
go-
bring the drugs. Somebody bring the party rings.
Gotta have party rings.
Okay, but once we've had that party, how do I then start a political party?
No, that's how you start the Tory party.
Yeah.
I don't want to start the Tory party. I'm not doing that. V2 Super Cunt Edition.
No,
can you
genuinely, all you'd need to fucking register for a local election to try and win a
So
local
I'd have to be
seat.
mayor.
No, you just
Can
have
I
to
be mayor?
represent, not mayor. Mayor's different.
I think it's just like
The-
20 grand. I think you pay someone somewhere 20 grand and that's it.
Oh, is that it?
You just walk
think
into a
so.
room and go, "Here's 20 grand. I want to be a politician." And they go, "All right."
Sound?
It's just
Then they do the
some
cunt
Nigerian
test
sat
on
in
you.
the corner.
You've
God, I
got
don't know.
you've got to pass the cunt.
Here's 20 grand. You are a party now.
You're a party now. You good?
Congratulations. You are a party now.
Right, this has gone. It's gone
This
too
is
political.
completely
I'm moving it. I'm
fucking
moving us
derailed
on.
this one.
I'm
So
moving
can I
us
not
on.
start a party then?
You can.
I
You
was gonna
start a
have
party.
you as my... I was
You'll
going to have
send
you as
us
my shadow
invites.
members. Shadow members sound
Shadow
cool, doesn't it?
members.
I don't know what they do, but... Oh, I'm the shadow
The
member.
shadow cabinet, the people who are the opposition.
Shadow cabinet. No, I thought
Yeah,
it was...
that's
yeah,
what
that
they're called,
sounds
the
a bit-
cabinet.
No, what,
Seedy,
what did you
doesn't
put
it?
in
It
that?
sounds right, seedy. Get in the cabinet.
What-
Get in the
what'd you
shadow
put in that?
cabinet.
Like-
You put shadows. Put shadows in your shadow cabinet, obviously. Stop being so silly. Jesus,
I'm
Benson.
sick of this shadow all day. When I'm outside, there's a shadow. So I'm putting him in the shadow cabinet and he's just going to fucking stay away from it.
That just... Why is that... What's that to do with politics? That makes no
The
sense.
shadow cabinet, where you put your shadows. It's a really
thought
big
there was
part
shadow-
of politics.
So if the
Wow.
Tories didn't put the shadows in the cabinet, like, would that make them worse?
The Tories
Oh.
can't have a shadow cabinet.
don't have
Only
shadows.
Labour at the moment could have
Well,
the cabinet of
because
shadows.
they're
is it-
vampires.
Because they're vampires.
So they don't have,
actually.
yeah, they don't
The
have shadows.
Tories,
Oh, wait,
the
so
Tories
Labour's the
have the
shadow.
actual cabinet, whereas Labour have the shadow cabinet.
Oh,
We are
so Labour...
we are
what,
finding out here why we don't do politics.
Did Labour steal the cabinet from
No,
the
they
Tories
get
and go,
when
we're
the
putting our
Tories
shadows in
when
this?
the Tories won and took over from Labour, they had to swap cabinets.
So it's a swap cabinets and they went, well, we don't like this cabinet, we're going to put our
So
shadows
Labour
in it.
got the shadow one, and then the Tories got the actual cabinet.
That's a shit present, that,
That's
isn't it?
how it works with politics. And then next time, whoever wins, they get the normal cabinet, and the shadow cabinet gets changed hands.
And the Lib Dems just have a Billy bookcase from IKEA.
They have one of them ones on wheels that they roll
Yeah.
with a couple of comic books on it and some battered books that spines are broken. That's the Lib Dems.
A Spider-Man comic and the pages stuck together.
The Green Party are just high in a field next door.
They're in the shadow.
Of a tree. Right, anyway,
The shadow
let's,
of the woods. That's where I was going as well.
let's finish this fucking bullshit. We need to get out of here. This is ridiculous. Right, this has been Killer Rabbit Podcast. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please get in touch with us at Killer Rabbit Pod on the socials if you so wish, or you can email us at killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com. Come say hello, send us ideas, stories, whatever you want. We love you very much. Thanks for listening. I've been Sam.
I've been Benson.
And I've been Adam.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.